Okay, it's blackberry jam time. So in here I have 5 cups of blackberry puree, which was it was processed through a food mill to get all the seeds out. And then to that I added 5 cups of sugar and 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. And that's all the ingredients there is. I'm going to bring this to a boil. You have to get it to 220 degrees. That I use just a meat thermometer or whatever you got. One of those instant read thermometers or a candy one. I think they all work. And then I got the canning bath ready to go. So this should make about 6 1-cup jars. And while your jam's boiling, you can continue stirring it around, but take the foam off the top. It doesn't taste good, and it spoils the whole look of the jam. You want it to look like a bright, shiny jewel. There we go. Okay, we're at 219 and a half. Oh, 220, yippee skippy, we're done. Let's start the canning process. I've turned off the jam. This is all the foam I scooped out, so I'll just put that aside. I had my jars in the oven at 225 for at least 20 minutes. So I am going to grab that out of there. And I use this gadget on the top. And I take my look at that beautiful stuff. So the jam just pours in here. It's hard to be the cameraman and the cooker. I'm not doing very good here. Okay. So you just want to fill it to 1/4 inch from the top of the jar. So I'm going to give it just a little bit more. Okay, so there we have it. You know what, I'm going to give it just a hair more. But it's got to be a good 1/4 inch from the top. There, I like that. And then you grab your lid. So that was in hot water, probably for 15 or 20 minutes. Okay, I gotta put this down. That just goes on top of there. I grab my lid. So you just make that finger tight. You don't want it too tight because you want the air bubbles to be allowed to come out when you put it in the water. See all those bubbles that pop through? And I have about 1 inch of water above that jar. So I'm just going to do that with the rest of it. My last jar is a little bit short, which is no problem. That just means we're going to eat that one. But I'm still going to put it through the bath. It'll probably still seal. But this one I'll use as my taster and my tester and just see how it turned out and all that. So you can see it made almost 6, which the recipe said. And I always keep one extra. I always do an extra jar just in case you have a little bit extra. You don't want to be stuck with something not sanitized and waste your jam. All 6 of our jars in there, and that has to go for 5 minutes. So we're going to Set our timer for 5 minutes, and then we will take those out, and they have to sit undisturbed. So I have a cloth here ready. They will sit for 24 hours after I take them out undisturbed. Little tip too, all that foam you took out, if you just take the foam off, you can see there's a bunch of jam down there. Don't waste that. Take your foam out, throw it in the garbage, and keep that jam in your fridge. Waste not. 5 minutes is up, so we're gonna take our jars out, and I take them out in the order I put them in. So you'll notice there's space between each of the jars, and you want to just bring them out level. Put them on there. There'll be a little water on top of the jar. That's okay, just leave it, it'll evaporate, no worries. So don't be chintzy with your bath, okay? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, anywhere in there is gonna be good. Look at that one already popped. That means it's got a good seal. That's what we're looking for. So there's our 6 jars. This is the one that's missing a bit, so we'll see if that actually seals, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put it in the fridge after, and we'll eat that one right away. But you can hear them already popping, and yeah, so you just leave them here for 24 hours, put your label on them, and they're good for at least a year on the shelf, but they won't last that long. At least not in our house. Everybody eats it, so good luck with your jam. Make it pretty. Look, there's no clouds in there. It should look like a little gem. Good luck with your jam.